The 396th Infantry Regiment, nicknamed the Men of Bronze by French forces and the Hellfighters by German forces, was an all-minority army regiment consisting mainly of African American men, with a number of Puerto Rican volunteers as well. The regiment was founded in June of 1913 and disbanded in February of 1946 after returning home from stationing in the Philippines.
The Harlem Hellfighters, as they're known today, gained their fame through their service during World War I. The regiment was the first African-American regiment to be part of the American Expeditionary Force that was sent to aid the French against Germany along the brutal Western Front. They were assigned non-combatant labor work from December of 1917 until April of 1918, where they were handed over to French forces for the rest of the war, as many white soldiers refused to fight alongside the African Americans. When fighting along French soldiers, they faced little to no racism or discrimination, as many Frenchmen were less concerned with race on account of dwindling military reserves.
Under command of the 4th French Army, the Hellfighters were sent on the offensive in September of 1918. The group was to push back German forces who had occupied the Meuse-Argonne for much of the war. The regiment would suffer over 1,500 casualties, the most of any American regiment, but would see massive success, advancing over 8 miles past German lines and capturing the French village of Sechewald. The regiment advanced so quickly, in fact, that they were at risk of being cut off from other French forces before pulling back to reorganize.
The troop would then be restationed to a less active sector, where they would stay until November 11, 1918, as an armistice would be signed, officially ending all fighting and declaring the Allies victorious. The regiment would continue to be the first Allied troops to reach the Rhine River. Over 100 African Americans received either French or American decorations, including 2 Medal of Honor awards. The unit boasted that it never lost a foot of ground and only had 2 men captured, only to be rescued later.
The Harlem Hellfighters would serve as an inspiration for many African Americans who saw that they could overcome even the harshest adversities of war, despite ever-growing racism and discrimination. It also changed many Americans' perspectives on allowing African Americans to serve in the armed forces. While it would be another 30 years until the Army was fully integrated in the year of 1948, African Americans were often seen as capable and proficient fighters and allowed to serve.